It didn't roar. It whispered. It didn't race. It ruled. For over a decade, there was one car that moved kings, dictators, movie stars, and emperors, quietly, confidently, and without equal. Behind its polished elegance, though, hid something extraordinary. An engine so powerful, so overbuilt, that Mercedes engineers swore no road car would ever need more. This is the story of the Mercedes-Benz M100 V8, the secret masterpiece that powered the mighty 600, an engine built not for drivers, but for those who commanded the world. The 1960s were an age of opulence. The jet set had arrived. Hollywood royalty, oil magnates, and world leaders demanded cars that reflected their status. Rolls-Royce offered grace, Cadillac offered chrome, but Mercedes wanted perfection. In 1963, they unveiled it, the Mercedes-Benz 600, known internally as the W100. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement, built entirely by hand, with hydraulics that opened doors, adjusted seats, and even closed the trunk silently. But luxury like that needed muscle. And for Mercedes, no existing engine was worthy. So they built something new, something that would set a new benchmark for the next 2 decades. The engine was named the M100. At its heart, the M100 was a 6.3-liter V8, cast entirely in iron, with a forged crankshaft and dry-sump lubrication, technology borrowed from racing cars. It was massive, a power plant so physically large that it barely fit under the 600's long hood. But it wasn't about size. It was about effortless authority. It made 250 horsepower and over 370 pound-feet of torque, numbers that humiliated sports cars of its era. Yet it did so in total silence. The M100 didn't shout. It whispered commands to the pavement, pressed the throttle, and the limousine, nearly 3 tons of leather and steel, would glide to 100 kilometers per hour in just 8 seconds. For the 1960s, that was outrageous. Engineers described the experience as velocity without effort. The 600 wasn't meant for ordinary buyers. It was reserved for those whose names filled history books, good or bad. Owners included John Lennon, Elvis Presley, Coco Chanel, and even Pope Paul VI. But it also became infamous as the car of choice for dictators. Fidel Castro, Idi Amin, Kim Il-sung, and Saddam Hussein each owned one. Why? Because the 600 didn't just represent luxury, it projected power. It could carry 8 passengers in absolute comfort while traveling faster than most sports cars. It didn't need to make an entrance. It was the entrance. And at the heart of it all was the M100 V8, running smoothly, tirelessly, like an engine that understood diplomacy and dominance in equal measure. So, what made the M100 so extraordinary? First, precision engineering. Mercedes didn't design it for cost, they designed it for eternity. Each engine was hand-built by a single craftsman, tested, tuned, and stamped with his initials. It featured a mechanical Bosch fuel injection system, years ahead of its time, ensuring smooth power delivery and instant throttle response. Its dry-sump lubrication system, usually reserved for race cars, kept oil circulating perfectly, no matter how steep the incline or how hard it was driven. Cooling was handled by a massive radiator and a 12-quart oil capacity, keeping temperatures low even in the deserts of the Middle East. And though the car was nearly silent, its potential was terrifying. The 600 could cruise at over 200 kilometers per hour, while its passengers sipped champagne in total silence. This wasn't just engineering, it was mechanical theater. The M100 was so advanced that it eventually became a problem. Its build quality was astronomical. Its parts were engineered to near military standards. And its maintenance? Only a handful of technicians on Earth could truly service one. Mercedes soon realized that they had created something too perfect, too expensive to reproduce on a large scale. Yet they couldn't let the M100 die. So, in 1968, they did something remarkable. They took the same engine, slightly downsized it to 6.3 liters, and installed it in the more humble Mercedes 300 SEL sedan. The result? The world's fastest four-door car. The press called it a racing engine in a gentleman's suit. It could hit 225 kilometers per hour, outrunning Ferraris while seating 5 people in walnut-trimmed luxury. The M100 wasn't just an engine anymore, it was a legend in motion. By 1975, Mercedes had one more trick up their sleeve. They expanded the engine to 6.9 liters, creating the M100.985 and fitted it to the 450 SEL 6.9, the flagship of the S-Class range. This wasn't just evolution, it was defiance. At a time when oil crises crippled performance cars, Mercedes quietly built the fastest, most powerful sedan in the world. 280 horsepower, 405 pound-feet of torque, top speed, 240 kilometers per hour, and all while wrapped in understated stately elegance. Journalists were stunned. Car and driver called it the most sophisticated machine on the road. It was the spiritual successor to the 600, a car that could dominate any Autobahn, yet still glide through city streets like a cathedral on wheels. There's something haunting about how the M100 sounds. At idle, it's a soft pulse, almost too refined to be called a growl. But press the pedal, and that deep V8 thunder wakes up, smooth, deliberate, never frantic. It's not the sound of aggression, it's the sound of authority. You can imagine the echo bouncing off marble walls as a 600 pulls into a palace courtyard, the subtle purr of its exhaust cutting through silence like a signature. Because this was an engine that didn't need to prove itself, it knew its place. It was the heartbeat of those who believed they ruled the world. By the early 1980s, the M100's reign came to a close. Emissions laws, fuel prices, and economics forced Mercedes to move toward smaller, more efficient engines. Production of the 6.9 ended in 1981, marking the end of an era where engineering excess was celebrated, not restrained. But its legacy lived on. The M100 taught Mercedes something vital. The true luxury isn't about extravagance. It's about mastery. Every S-Class since owes a piece of its DNA to the M100, the pursuit of silence, strength, and seamless motion. The engineers behind it didn't just build an engine, they built a philosophy. Today, the M100 remains a marvel. Collectors revere it. Mechanics respect it. And those who've driven it never forget it. Pop the hood of a 600 or a 6.9, and you can feel the weight of history. Each bolt a reminder of when engineers were allowed to dream without compromise. The M100 was more than a V8. It was an emblem of confidence, a mechanical declaration that power could be elegant. Even now, when modern cars boast 1,000 computers and hybrid powertrains, the old M100 still commands silence when it starts. It's not just nostalgia, it's respect. Because this was the engine that powered presidents, popes, and performers alike. A reminder that true luxury isn't loud, it's timeless. In a world obsessed with shouting for attention, the M100 taught us that real power doesn't need to scream. It just moves. It powered empires, carried legends, and whispered its way into history. The Mercedes-Benz M100 wasn't just an engine. It was a throne room on wheels, the secret heartbeat behind the greatest car ever built. So, what do you think? Was the M100 the finest luxury engine ever made? Let me know in the comments. And if you love stories of power, precision, and history on 4 wheels, hit that subscribe button. Because here on Past Pistons, we don't just revisit the past, we bring legends back to life.